Hey there, and welcome back to another episode on the athomedive YouTube channel. Today we're in the kitchen making another classic all-time favorite oatmeal raisin cookies. And today is going to be fun because it's actually a friend of mine's recipe, Leslie. So, let's dive in. We're going to get going here on the counter today. We have a very simple list of ingredients. What we have here is 1/2 pound of butter that's softened to room temperature. And to it we're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. We have 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Over here we have 3 cups of oatmeal, not cooked, and we have 1.5 cups of raisins. In the measuring cup, we actually have 1.5 cups of AP flour. We have 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt over here, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So let's get going. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and put all of the dry ingredients, meaning the leavening, the salt, and the cinnamon in with the flour, and just give it a quick mix. Alright, so we also have the butter here, and we're going to add the sugar and the brown sugar to it and cream it until it's fluffy. Alright, now that the sugar is combined into the butter and it's all nice and creamy and fluffy, what we're going to do is we're going to add in the eggs one at a time, mixing until they're totally incorporated before we add the next. Now that the egg's in and smooth, we're going to go ahead and add in the flour mixture, but we're going to do this slowly while the mixer's running. Alright, now that the flour is incorporated, as you can see, it's starting to get pretty thick. This is a good chance to go back and rake all the sides down to make sure you get absolutely all the flour incorporated. And whenever I say rake the sides down, make sure we get the bottom too. And what we're going to do is, now we're going to go ahead and add in the vanilla and give it one last quick mix. Now that all that's in, we're basically just going to go ahead and add in the oats and the raisins. If you have a stand mixer, now you can probably just go ahead and keep mixing. But since we don't right now, what we're going to do is we're just going to stir it in with a spatula. Alright guys, so there we have it. That's our actual cookie dough. So now that that's ready to go, what we're going to do here is we have 2 half-size sheet trays and just a normal sized tablespoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through and get spoonfuls, about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half each, and we're just going to line them out on this sheet tray. And we want to make sure that we leave room in between them so that whenever they cook down and spread out, that they're not going to get all stuck together. So we've got the cookies spread out really well here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake them for about 9 minutes and then check on them, okay? So we'll see you then. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes and we're going to go ahead and pull these cookies out of the oven here and take a look. Keep in mind guys, whenever you go to bake cookies off, you don't want to bake them until they're nice and firm, because you don't want firm cookies. You want cookies to have a little bit of an exterior crunch. And you want to be soft and gooey on the inside. So if you look around the edges, they're starting to brown, and on the top peaks they're starting to brown a little bit, and they just have that generically golden, beautiful color. And if you touch them, you've got just a little bit of a firmness to them, but they're not hard. So we're going to let these cool down just a little bit, and then we'll come back and check on them once we can eat them. While we wait for these cookies to cool off, this is a quick shot at Leslie's cookbook. This is the first one, Plantation Cooking at Love Ridge. And if you look on the inside, everything's just nice and neat and structured. And there's a full index so that you can always find really quickly what you're looking for. So check that out, Plantation Cooking at Love Ridge. But now that these cookies have cooled off for a few minutes, let's go ahead and take a look. That nice golden brown color on the bottom. Firm enough to pick up, but if you break them open, it's nice, soft, well aerated cookie. So there you have it guys. That's how you make raisin oatmeal cookies.